Welcome in. We'll get rolling in a few minutes here. Few open still, just two of the lines. Falk, Bailey, Law, Hall, McBride, and Johnson. Oh boy. Hey Daryl, how's it going? Oh, did it, Daryl? Perfect. Right on. There's no duties or fees or anything when it goes Canada to Canada, right? If there is, let me know and I'll pay you back for that. I don't know why there would be, but I don't know if there's like a UPS or a Canada Post fee or something. Correct. Okay, good. Six guesses today, guys. It's been too long since we've had a correct double guess, so I made it six. Anyone notice that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not even talking about the label cost or to ship it, just I get charged a random amount from stuff that comes from Canada. Sometimes it comes through without it being charged at all, depending on what port it goes through or what, not port, but port of entry. Sometimes I get charged a large percentage. Sometimes I get charged a small percentage. And Aaron Jones, perfect. So 5 above in that one. Give me the Falk line, Larry. You got it. You're paid for on this one. You got a little bit more credit. Since the winner's choice didn't go through and you already paid for that. I'm pretty sure you already paid. I remember, I think you're the only one that did. So you still have $6 left over. Arizona, Walker, Dion, Chris Paul for sale. Chris Paul's up for $10, which is cheaper than the going rate. If anyone's interested, usually it'd be 15. Just the sign and go over this one. Perfect. Might be helpful if I show my screen so you guys know what I'm talking about. Just the Breece Hall, Trey McBride, Chad Ochocinco line left for 34. That'll be our second break today. We're going to get rolling. I've got a little under an hour. I've got to get to basketball, daughter's game today. So we'll do our licensed jersey here first now. We'll then do some Fire Factory, and then we'll try a 2-box or live fill. Starters will drop today in, 3.5 hours. Same 2 starters, so we've lowered it from 3 to 2 starters to make it a little bit easier to fill. Elite football card, which I've loved so far, and then our second baseball bat out of 3, unless I buy more. The 2 jerseys I bought were 10 or 15. They were 15, Craig. 15 on these. He's just saying nobody's buying Paul. I'll sell for 10 if anybody's interested for 10 is what he's saying, in my assumption. If he's trying to sell for the main price, it'd be 15, but I think he's had it up for sale for a while. I'm trying to just get a little bit for it. Jason says, my 2 randoms for sell or trade. Where are you, Jason? Bryce Young, O'Neal Cruz. Didn't you sell one of those? Hold on. See, I didn't update it. I think Greg bought. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Hold on. Bryce Young and O'Neal Cruz looking for hockey. I'll buy Bryce Young. So Bryce Young was bought by Greg. And I missed it. So, Jason, you've got a $15 credit on that one. Then I assume O'Neal Cruz is up for sell or trade still. So if anyone's interested in O'Neal Cruz, I'm an idiot, guys. I didn't realize that I put back-to-back Pirates for baseball in, which is fine, but I try to at least mix it up. So I forget who the first pirate was. I realized right after, I'm like, did I really do 2 straight pirates for baseball? I can't remember who it was now, but I know there was another pirate. Oh, right above, McCutcheon. So 2 fun names, McCutcheon and Cruz, but I didn't realize I did that. Let me, before I forget, write down your credit, Jason. -15. I never noted Greg's either. So, okay, let's read these off. Let's see if anybody has any discounts. And then, Greg, I finally saw that one. So you had Bowers, Jacobs, and Young. Craig, you bought Frazier and Fox. Jonathan, you have SGA and Chris Paul. Greg, McAfee, Bagwell, Matsui, Nix, Woodson, and Lawrence Taylor. That's a $3 off spot for Greg. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are all having a great Saturday. Larry Magic, Larry V, Magic, Warner, and Fedorov. Greg, Steve Young, Chris Webber, John Tavares. Larry V, Thomas, Ellie De La Cruz, and Karl Malone. Brett G had Griffey, Wilkins, and Giordano. Also Hasek, Bettis, and Seymour. Daryl, you had Caulfield, Sorokin. You sold Josh Jacobs to Greg. Brian Stamkos, Collins, Seguin, Huberto, Adebayo, Rice on the Red Sox. Kane and Hextall, you sold Walt Frazier to Craig. Sonic, you had Vince Carter, Matthew Boldy, Kirk Cousins, McGrady, McGuire, Jefferson, Marino, Giannis, and David Robinson. Scott H, you had JSN, Byfield, and Herbert. Bill S, you had Tatum, Evans, Coffey, Acuna, Darlene, and McCutcheon. Jason T, you had McMichael and O'Neill Cruz. You sold Bryce Young to Greg. O'Neill Cruz is still up for 15. If anyone's interested. Greg, you have Vasilevsky, Max Crosby, and you sold Adam Fox to Craig. Solos were 10. Tom, you had Donovan Mitchell. Greg, you had Jordan Love. Jake G, you had Reinhardt. And James, you had Ray Bork. Okay. Remember, I made it a little bit easier for you guys. I know you're used to having 5 guesses. It's 6 guesses today. So if you put in a line that has just 5, you can add 1 or delete and redo. Either way works. 6 names. I want to see if someone can get a guess right today. Larry V, are you here? I know he's not on Facebook all the time, so people trying to reach out to him. Fedorov, if you want to sell Larry, let us know. Cost is also Marcus Allen, or Byfield was Scott. Scott H, if you're here and you want to sell Quentin Byfield, or Larry, if you want to sell Fedorov, $15 each. Nick's a buyer on those. Let's leave it up while I'm rolling some bingo balls, just in case something trades or sells. Also, Rice for Scott. I always forget. I don't forget, but I wonder why. You know, we have a ton of huge names, but sometimes we don't have Barry Sanders. We haven't had Jerry Rice in there. So I was thinking which Rice, but I think there's only Rashee Rice. Maybe we'll stuff a big name out and get Jerry in or Barry. We've had Calvin in for a while. We've actually hit him once or twice too. So, all right, 3 numbers. We're literally 5 days away from Christmas. Hopefully everyone's ready. I'm not even close. 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy. 4th one going back. Dave, add 1 more name. Walker, Johnson, Smith, George Freimuth. And let me know which Smith and which Johnson and which Walker. There may be only 1 Walker, but it's I changed it to 6 guesses today. So specify when it's a common last name and make sure you get 6 so you're not down a man. Okay, first number is 131. Jason, I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were going down the drain, down 17-0. And then they came back. This is a fun game to watch. Interception, taken back to the house, really hurt Oklahoma. It's a crazy game. 120, 120. Tom says 6 is Lamar Jackson. Perfect. 120. It's a fun game. I think the best game today is on already right now, right? The other ones are the teams that many think shouldn't have gotten in. I won't be able to watch most of the. I'll be able to watch the afternoon one, and I'll watch NFL today. What time is the earlier NFL game on? Is it 5 Eastern, 4 Eastern? Coming up here, isn't it Philly and someone? Obviously, for me, all eyes on the later game. Feel like it's in a weird spot. Packers went from feeling like, we could even be the number 1 seed to now doomsday, wondering if we keep losing, are we going to miss the playoffs? Hopefully we just win today. Bears fans, I know you're hoping you win too. Hopefully it's a great game for both teams. Defense game 0-0.5. Is it right now? Holy cow. Eagles and Commanders at 5 p.m. Okay. That's not bad. All right, guys, I'm going to grab these. What were the trades again? Or the offers? Just one last time, just in case people are just showing up. Fedorov, Larry V, if you want to sell, and Quentin Byfield, if you want to sell Scott H. Maybe you guys already answered, but just in case. Oh, and Cruz is still for sale as well, or trade. O'Neal Cruz for Jason for 15. So let me know if you want to sell or trade those, and then we'll get rolling. My guess is that we're probably good to roll. I'll leave it up just in case, but let me go grab 131, 120, and 40. And we'll do Fire Factory next. We'll try some Big Al's boxes before we sign off. And yeah, keep getting your guesses in. If you're just showing up now, I changed it from 5 to 6 guesses. Guess 6 names from Fire Factory. If you get 2 right, you win. We still have 1 line left in Fire Factory. If someone claimed it above, please remind me. But instead of waiting around for something to fill, I got to get going for basketball. So I just run the randoms, and there's a few lines left over. Breece Hall, Trey McBride, Chad Johnson. That is a pre-filled line available for $34, just like if you were to pick one of those names and get the other 2 for random. Last one, but let's run our jerseys first. All right, let's close this. No response in the R2. No problem. And when we get to Fire Factory, guys, let me know. If you get one right, let me know so we can cheer you on, whatever. Was there already in order? Are they the right numbers? 131, 120, 40. Yep. Okay, let's roll. Next week will probably look a little different. We're probably just going to be on one day, Monday or Tuesday. Probably Monday, although I don't think Racky's going to get here till Tuesday, so we might have to fill something else in there. Hopefully it speeds up, but if anything at this point, it'll slow down. So we'll see. Starters will drop in 3 hours. Box 40 up first. Cannot tell. It is a black bag. I think this is the. I'll wait. Hold on. I saw a number shining through me there. Six guesses, Nico Collins. Man, if I could open this thing. Did I just lock it when it was already open? No. Oh my gosh. The White Well of the Big Al's licensed jersey series. I didn't say it beforehand. I was going to, but a few of these were on the bottom of their stacks, meaning they've been there the longest out of the stack. Holy moly, this one has been in for ages. The longest jersey by far in the series. Now I can stop focusing on this one. There's a few others that are really old too. Justin Jefferson. Beckett certified. Holy moly. I don't think anyone bought the Bailey line. So, or no, yes, the Bailey line's gone. Sorry, that was Marshall Faulk, Bailey, and Ty Law. It's the other line's available. Breece Hall, Trey McBride, and Chad Ochocinco. Minnesota Vikings. When we put this one in there, their quarterback was probably Sam Darnold. Jefferson was over 1,000 yards. I think he'll still get there. Wow. I might be wrong, but I think this jersey survived for over a year, which you guys see we keep hitting jerseys that have been in for like a week or 2 weeks. That is insane, and I don't think he was claimed. I think people stopped claiming him thinking he was a myth. Got to be a random. There it is, Justin Jefferson on the Tracy McGrady, Mark McGuire line. That's a nice trio, McGrady, McGuire, and Jefferson. Sodic is the one to pull down the Justin Jefferson. Holy moly. Nice hit, Sodic. Minnesota Vikings, Nike. Jay Jettas. How many yards does he need in the last? I guess he still has 3 weeks, right? I think he's only like 160 yards away. Although I saw a thing that said he has like 40 receiving yards in the last 3 games. All right, box 120. Starting with NFL today. I can't remember what hit last weekend, but I think it was 3 different sports. 120. Man, signature staring right at me. I know who this is. 3, 2, 1. And we're staying NFL. Good grief, couple big names. That's been in a lot less time than the Jefferson. Fanatic certified. Mitchell and Ness for the San Francisco 49ers. I almost added Jay Rice this weekend. I forget who I added, but Rice was one that I was looking at. I didn't. Steve Young. I think Steve was claimed. He was. Greg picking Steve Young, getting Steve Young. Brigham Young University down the road. Mitchell and Ness down the road as in 45 minutes. NFL Legacy, I live up in the red section of the state. Utes, not the blue section where the Cougars don't. Yeah. NFL Legacy, Steve Young, 1990. I get some political comments when I'm not going for that. Utes BYU is a really, really heated rivalry here. You're either one or the other. Unless you're my dad. You start as a U fan because both your sons graduated from the U. And then you meet a couple guys that coach BYU, and then your granddaughter goes to BYU, so you start wearing BYU hats. I don't get it. Steve Young going to Greg. Greg, nice hit. Congrats. Oh, are we getting 3 football? Sheesh. Started Jefferson and Steve Young. 131. Felt like it was sticking on the back there. Sodic Greg hitting. Ooh. I know this one. 3, 2, 1. I've got the same jersey in my collection, and this one's been chased for a long time, too. There's a claim hit. Beautiful jersey. I love this one. This is, I believe it's a Winter Classic, right? Fanatic certified. This is Jonathan Huberdeau. These two I've been trying to chase down in a different break room for what feels like a year as well. Not this style, a little bit different style, but football, hockey. I'm pretty sure you had them. Brian did have them. Brian W. Jonathan Huberdeau. Love the look of this jersey. It's like a cream instead of white. Adidas Pro, and it is it their Winter Classic, or is it their, maybe it's not the Winter Classic. Hold on. What do I have it listed as? No, I don't know, because it's not on there. I have it listed as Winter's Classic, but don't the Winter Classic usually have a, maybe I've been listening wrong this whole time. It probably is. Great hit. Battle of Alberta on the top line there. Fight strap. Brian, nice hit. Congrats. Jonathan Huberdeau. All right, those are our 3 jerseys. All 3 beautiful. Steve Young, Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Huberdeau. Hockey guys, please tell me I haven't been listing that as a Winter Classic this whole time when it's not, but I'm pretty positive it is a Winter Classic. Some of them will have a Winter Classic patch, though, so that's why it's confusing me. All right, congrats, you 3 great jerseys. Love them all. Heritage, not Winter. I knew it was Heritage, and I've had it listed as Winter that whole time. Well, at least it'll be off the page now. Not sitting up there wrong. That really bugs me. I even knew that. Heritage, Winter, both classics. Very different. Thanks, Nick. See, that's what I get for begging for you to tell me, just to correct me. You're probably like, you've been wrong this whole time, but... All right, guys, it's time for Fire Factory. Get your 6 guesses in if you haven't. There's Greg's. Yeah, I guess. The Winter Classic is the one that had the huge numbers. I just wasn't thinking straight. We've got 1 spot left to fill before we can roll. Breece Hall, Trey McBride, Chad Johnson. That's a 3-spotter for 34, just like if you were to claim Breece as your claim and get McBride and Johnson. Same price as all these above. The solos are a little less. I do that just to make it fun. Dustin will take it. Maybe you already said you'd take it, and I didn't write you down, so I apologize. Gotcha, Dustin. I liked all 3 of those lines that got left over, so those are fun ones. I'm not going to read these off, guys. You guys know who you have. I posted a picture. There's 40 claims. 30 of them came from minis. The mini hits have been hot lately. Let's see if that keeps up. You get 80 randoms, 2 per claim, and then there was 30 solos. I'm going to guess positions today. One of these days I'm going to get it right. I do think we're going to get another other today, so I'm going other. I'm going to say, I think we're getting quarterback. Quarterback other, I'm going to go plain, 1-1-1-1. Quarterback other, running back, wide receiver. Please, let me get it right. Okay. Let's close that. After we run this, we're going to try a quick 2-box Big L's pick one random one, full size, $40. Okay. Let's see where Fire Factory goes today. Remember, guys, I ordered 3 this time. This is the middle one, box 2 of 3. So 1 more next week in the same pile. I'm sure. I think we're still going to do Fire Factory and Big L's licensed jerseys next weekend, but we'll probably only be on live 1 day in the middle of the week, so Monday or Tuesday, one of the 2. And then no Wednesday break, and then probably we'll do the weekend break. But so the last case of this 3 order will probably be next week. But stay tuned. Sometimes my family likes to kidnap me and make me go up to the cabin or something. Since everyone's not working besides me. Jeez, I could feel like that's a good take job, huh? I'll retake that to whoever's getting it. It's holding on by the skin of its teeth over there, too. 4. Doesn't sound very good either. Yeah, I always retake the bottom of these, though. They're not really taped to be shipped like that because they come in this bigger box, but when I ship them individually, I try to fortify them. It was horrifying. Okay, my kids finally made their guesses again. What am I doing East Coast? So we'll do it the one day this week, unless we're on. If we're on Monday, Tuesday, we'll do it both days. If we're on just Monday, I'll do it Monday. I'll post a schedule and you'll see it, but probably Monday. I think we're live. The only reason I thought about doing Tuesday instead of Monday is because Radke's not here, but that's maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe they'll show up. Slower week, easier week as far as joining stuff. We're not going to be on as often because it's Christmas. So, okay, box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. Good luck. If you guys get a guess right, let me know so I can see where we're at. I moved it to 6 in hopes that at least one of you would get it right. If there's 2 of you, we'll split the credit. The 3 of you will figure out how to divvy out some credit. Box 1. See the name. I didn't want to see the name. There's no label, but it was staring right at me. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Broncos, Lunar. By the way, my daughter picked almost the whole NFC North. Packers, Vikings, Bears, and Seahawks. Son has Chiefs, Bills, Cardinals, and Lions. I'm pretty sure he's up by 2. I could be wrong. All right. If you've got a Bronco, yeah, I'd like to finish up the series too, but the new series hasn't even been made, so I need to find something to. I can't run a break day without at least one hockey jersey, so we have to find something to fill it up with. Hip Parade, Frozen Pond, something until we're ready for the next series. Lunar Eclipse Broncos. Good luck, all. 3, 2, 1. I saw the name. It was staring right at me. John Elway with a thick Sharpie, blue Sharpie. Radke certified on this one. Both earpieces in there, too. That was a claimed hit from the Mini. Then there's Scott. Scott said, let's go. You said you wanted 1 of 2 names. This is the first name you provided, so there you go. Good thing you put him first and not second. John Elway, Lunar Eclipse. Love the Lunar for the Broncos, too. There's a few Lunars I just don't really like. Reds and oranges I think look great, though. There's my quarterback. So I'm 1 for 1. This is where it goes downhill, and it can. Is this the one that's broken? It is. I'll just figure out how to. Scott, nice hit. John Elway starting off with a great name. Give me an other here so I can get the other out of the way. I don't want to see the name either. I have to go lean backwards. Ooh, I see the style, and I like the style. That's for sure. Almost broke the box again. Here we go. You guys don't know, I'm like holding my arm up in the air when I do this. 3, 2, 1, so I can sit down and then bring it down. We've got a 4.0. We actually saw this team on a 4.0 from Radke not long ago. I wonder if it's the same name or if it's a different name. Did not see. Cowboys STS 4.0. Jonathan says Dorsett. I have seen a Dorsett like this. Let's see if it's the same. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It is Tony. Love this hit. Tony Dorsett 4.0. I actually just barely won one of these, and I'm keeping it for my PC. Let's find where Tony is. I don't think he was a solo, and I don't think he was a claim, so he's sitting out there somewhere as a random. Tony. Oh, it's down towards the bottom. Tony Dorsett was a random on the Bo Jackson line going to Zach. Zach B, you had the full running back. Bo Jackson, Tony Dorsett, Josh Jacobs. That's a lineup to have. And Zach's hitting the Tony Dorsett. We're helmet brothers, Zach. I'm sure we're already helmet brothers with many others, but, it's fun to share some of the same PC. Tony Dorsett, great hit. I'm already liking this case better than last case, although last case was fine too. But Elway, Dorsett, come on. All right, I need a wide receiver. I need another. Give me another right here, and I got a shot. Did Vlad guess Dorsett? Well, now I got to scroll up and see what else Vlad has to see if he can do it. Where are you, Vlad? Gosh dang you. Vlad. I can't see your guess, Vlad. Because of these dang names, I don't know what your ad is. Maybe it was right down towards the bottom, and that's why I didn't see it. I don't see it. Let me know who else you have, Vlad, so we can see if you go the distance. Great start. Elway, Dorsett. I'm going to do the same thing where I lean away so it doesn't get ruined for me. That's the opposite side anyway, so. Here we go. I just hit my chair. Almost fell on the ground. 3, 2, 1. Right under Daryl Hayal post. Oh, perfect. That's a good one to look for. Dorsett, Puka, Ray Lewis, Falk, Ricky Williams, Jim Killen. Okay, you need one of those guys. I'm not going to get it here with this team. Did not see the name. And look, Big Al's always clamoring for specialties. We went Lunar, STS 4.0, Lunar. AFC, NFC, AFC. We got a Steelers, Lunar Eclipse. Okay. Come on, Bradshaw. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm not mad about this case one bit. The last helmet could be signed by me, and it'd still be a great case. Troy Polamalu on a Steelers Lunar. Goodness gracious. Beckett certified Troy P. A fantastic case. That's my other too. Ooh, I got a chance. What happens if I get it right? You guys all send me a helmet? Isn't that what we all decided on a while back? I think we did. That was claimed. I know that, and I think it's the same guy that's been claiming them for a while here. Brad, Breaking Bad, you did claim Polamalu. You had Steve Smith, Bill's Triplets as some randoms. Some good names on this checklist, guys. Okay, Brad, congrats. So we have 1 claimed hit, 2 claimed hits, and 1 random so far. No solos as of yet. I need this to be a receiver, and I'll finally get it right. Great case. Congrats, winner so far. Good luck to everyone that hasn't hit yet. And even if you have, good luck to you too. You got one more chance here before we do a Big Al's 2-boxer. And then we'll call it a day. I'll go try to sit quietly in my seat and not sideline coach at my daughter's basketball game. Although it's a lot easier for hers than it is for my son's. My son's team is, they're younger, but they struggle. Going this direction. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We end with a classic. And that's 1 for the daughter. 0 for the son, huh? Vikings Classic Speed. Come on, Moss. Come on, Moss, let up. That would be great if I was right and you hit. I did not see who signed this one. You got the right team for Moss. Okay, if you got a Viking, you're alive. I'm going to take a little peek before I turn around. 3, 2, 1. If that would have been Moss, that would have been a case of all cases. Still a great case, man. You guys know I love Aaron Jones, ex-Packer. Aaron Jones has got to be a random somewhere. I don't remember him as a solo or a claim. So let's see where Aaron Jones is. Classic Speed, AJ. Right towards the top. First line I looked at, 5 down. That's Jonathan R. on your Drake May claim, getting Aaron Jones. No rookies to random, so that's our case. But, man, and I had to beat, I could have had Addison. I think Chris Carter's still on the checklist. Maybe he's not. Moss, Jefferson. I had a ton of chances, and they just didn't want me to get Aaron Jones. Congrats, you four. We had Tony Dorsett, STS 4.0, a couple Lunars, and John Elway and Troy Polamalu, and then an Aaron Jones Classic. Let's try a 2-box before we sign off, guys. If you're in, great. If you're done for the day, no big deal. Let's see if we can get this one filled up. All right. Let me share my screen. Where we're going. I really do dig that case. Great case. Okay. Refresh. There it is. Okay, Tampa Bay for Nick with a random up. Bill B just behind on Tampa Bay. Green Bay for Greg. Got you, Greg. Cincy for Kyle. Dallas for Zach. Indy for Brady at spot 5. Denver for Brian, spot 6. Baltimore for Jake, spot 7. Jaguars for Dave at spot 8. David, gotcha. Jonathan's going to buy a random, which is already up here. Nick, gotcha. Philly for Bill B. I don't know what you're looking for. I scourged my entire reserves and did not see that style, which I thought was kind of crazy, and it is kind of crazy how many helmets I have here. Indy is gone, Greg. Detroit going to Greg on spot 10. Detroit, Greg. Tampa Bay is gone. Philly is gone. Sorry, Greg. Bunch of ones that just got cleaned a little bit. Is that 10 spots? It is. Tampa Bay, Philly. Giants. Did I read that? I didn't. That is Greg. 12 is Buffalo for Jason. Kyle's got a random up for the next person that wants to buy a random. San Francisco for Jonathan. That's spot 13. Gotcha. I'll take a random. Perfect. And it was Kyle, right? Yes, it was. That's Scott. One more random available. Or to be bought, I should say. Arizona with a random up. Okay. Bill B's going to sell you. You decide, Bill. Usually I will just default to your first claim random, the Philly random, but if you wanted it with the Arizona one, I guess you decide because it seemed like it was with that claim. If you want to just go how we usually do it, do the first one, that's great. I don't think you had a random up with the other claim with Philly. Nope. Arizona, please, you got it. That is Vlad taking that one. Okay, 2 spots left and no randoms available as of now. Glad I asked because it seemed like it was for that claim. So, Dustin taking Seattle. I had a few of you, speaking of Seattle, a few of you guys reach out and say, man, how cool are those Seattle helmets? I agree. Those were like almost Oregon-style college helmets, a little chromish on them. I would assume that we'll see them at some point roll in, but you imagine getting a nice JSN on that, or I'd take anyone, man. Give me a nice Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet signed helmet, one of those rivalry helmets. Those things were nice. I like the jerseys, too, the gray jerseys with the chromish numbers. Love that the NFL is starting to branch out and do alternates and rivalry stuff. It's really cool. I really want, I've seen a bunch of flexes and minis for the Packers, like leather helmet looking style, like Illinois did a few years ago. I'd love to get a rep like that in my PC. Those things are awesome. Made to look like a leather helmet, you know. Are they leaving me? They're leaving me. That's all right. I'll meet them there. Okay, 1 spot left to close this, guys. get rolling. Hopefully you guys are doing something fun today. My wife's trying to make me go to some Christmas thing with my kids before the Packers game. Hopefully it's before that. They know I ain't going if it's during. I gotta yell at Caleb Williams. He's probably gonna look good again. Dave. David, I saw you hit that sweet Jordan Love rave. Is that thing up for trade or just for sale? Scrolled through, saw it today. Not really allowed in your house. A great helmet. It can't be yours. Awesome. I love it. All right, guys, let's get some randoms going. It's just the perfect response. Got to get it out of this house. Yeah, I assumed. You know, I still need a Caleb Williams for the PC, so at some point I'll get one, and it can stay in the house. I've made peace with the rivalry. I don't have to like the player, but I can like the item. But not everyone's at that stage of not that stage of grief yet. Drop your property value. Oh, that's good. 16 times, 16 names, 7 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. New England on top, Tennessee on bottom. That's good. Good. Pace special, please. Okay, let's read these off. Nick, I've got you with Tampa Bay. Jonathan, you bought the random, which is New England. Greg, Green Bay, Atlanta. Kyle, you have Cincy. Scott, you bought the Miami random. Zach, Dallas, Carolina. Brady, Indy, Cleveland. Brian, Denver, Chicago. Jake G, Baltimore Jets. David L, Jacksonville, Houston. Bill B, Philly and Minnesota. Greg, Detroit, New Orleans, Giants, and Kansas City. Jason T, you had Buffalo and the Rams. Jonathan S, San Francisco, Pittsburgh. Bill B at Arizona. Vlad, you bought the random, which was the Chargers. Dustin, Seattle, and Las Vegas. David L, Washington, Tennessee. Let's close. Get 2 numbers. Just enough time. There's a chance that I'll get back and have this stuff out today before UPS closes. If not, it'll be Monday morning, first thing. Basketball, then a late lunch, and then hopefully I'm back here, but I don't know for sure. So, all right, let's shake this up. I do think that you'll see whatever it normally takes for me to get to you. Maybe it hasn't really affected it much. I'm kind of in a weird spot here where it takes what it takes no matter what, but may see stuff take a couple of extra days longer for the next week or two. Maybe you already have. 2 numbers. 1, 2. Extra 1 back in. Steelers for Raiders is a trade offer. Who had the Raiders? Dustin had the Raiders. And Jonathan S has Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh. So Jonathan, you're trying to trade for the Raiders. Dustin always gets the Raiders, and that's not his favorite team. It might be his favorite team. It's hard to really say these days. $154 is the first number. 154. And 3. 154 and 3. I can grab them, but let's see. Again, it was Pittsburgh for Vegas. Probably regret it. You have hit Raiders lately, haven't you? Even though you're not going to keep them, you've hit them. Okay, so let me make the change. Las Vegas trade. Pittsburgh trade. See, there she is texting me. I think they're still here, but they're opening the doors. They're trying to rush me. See, they're trying to pressure me into leaving early. I'm not one to be pressured by tactics like that. Maybe I am, I don't know. Okay, let me grab them, guys. Again, that was 154 and 3. Goodness, man. Sorry, I ran up. Like, I can hear the car in the garage. They're putting the pressure on me. Okay. Gotta make sure this thing fell. That my memory was right. 154, 3. Good. This one goes first. All right, guys, last two. Sorry if I'm rushing here. Apparently they couldn't wait for me. Okay, box 3. We had the trade. Nothing else got. Nope, that's it. Okay, box 3 up first. Series 36. 2 Wonka. You couldn't give me one without Wonka today. Just today. See a name? Oh, I just saw this dude. Okay, here we go. Not in person. 3, 2, 1. Label matches the team, so I'm assuming it's who it is. Tennessee Titans on a classic hitting year 2-pointer. Titans were not a claim. Very last random, David L. Very last random Titans. Going today, both earpieces there, and it is 3, 2, 1. Every time I see him, I love him. He was Brad pulled him the other night. I don't know who hit it. But Brad pulled them, and I thought I'd love to get a nice specialty of Curse, Javon Curse, the Freak. Yeah, and he is Florida. That's right. And he inscribed it the Freak too. And he was a freak of nature. Javon Curse, great hit. Back to certified. I feel like when I first started doing breaks, we saw him a little bit more. Maybe because he was more popular on minis and jerseys and stuff. We don't run those as often now, but it's a fun hit. If I don't do it now, I will never do it. So quickly typing David L. Javon Curse. David L. 2 points, 12, 20. By the way, I went back and I was missing 3 Wonka point things. Bill was missing one, Zach was missing one, and Bill B was missing one. So I went and updated them. So I'm sorry. The totals are correct now. I'll show them on Monday or Tuesday. Got your 2 in there, David. Nice hit. Okay, 154. Series 36. 2 points again, of course. Another 2-pointer. Of course. Nice. I still can't tell. I think I saw who it was on the edge. 3, 2, 1. We got the classic, the one with the blue face mask, which I prefer. 2-pointer going to Detroit, and Detroit, I think, was claimed. Usually is. It was. Spot 10, Greg, hitting the Lions. It's not who I thought it was. I thought it was someone else. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Why can't... Oh! We never had him, but it's because no one really knew who he was till this year. He might even be a rookie this year. I think he is. I thought that was the edge of Amon-Ra St. Brown's signature, but it's not. That's Isaac Tesla, or Tesla, however the heck you say his name. I don't know if he does anything when he doesn't play the Packers, but when he plays the Packers, he makes one-handed catches for touchdowns and ridiculous plays. I don't know if he does that the rest of the season, but he does against us. Back at certified, Isaac Tesla, I think is how you say his name. Maybe he's German. Number 18, great hit. It's a fun name. I've not seen a signature until this one. If you're a Lions fan, you probably love this helmet. He's a fun guy to have on your team. Nice. Congrats. And that was Greg, correct? It was. Greg, nice hit. And there's one for my son, so they tied at the buzzer. Yeah, he makes the craziest catches, and I don't know if he does it the rest of the year or if he just does it against us, but both games he's made crazy catch. Greg, let me get your points before I forget. Isaac Tesla with 2 A's. Okay. 2-pointer for Mr. Greg. All right, guys, quick recap before I run out the door. Fire Factory I thought was a fantastic case. Hopefully next case is like this one because that was one of the better ones we've had. Elway on a Lunar, Polamalu on a Lunar, Dorsett on an STS 4.0, and Aaron Jones on a Classic. Big Al's jerseys were all headliner-type names today. Justin Jefferson finally, after who knows how long. Steve Young, Jonathan Huberdeau on the Heritage Classic. I knew that. I just wasn't thinking. And then Big Al's Javon Freak and Isaac Tesla. So some fun stuff there. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Have a great rest of your weekend. Look for starters later. We'll do probably a one-day stream this week, and then we'll meet back up next weekend for another one of these weekend breaks. So did nobody get anything too right with 6 names? All those are guessable names. Dorsett, Elway, Polamalu, Aaron Jones. I know it's hard to put them together, but all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I will finish this process, check payments for these, and get stuff hopefully out today, if not Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Message me with any questions, guys. We'll see you.